Yo, what is going on, guys? Bruins Steel here, and welcome back to another Boston Celtics video. And we got the Eastern Conference Finals, my Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. You heard me right. The Indiana Pacers going to their first Eastern Conference Finals, and they pulled the biggest win probably in the Game 7 history, beating the New York Knicks. That was crazy. Well deserved to the Pacers. I believe it's going to be their first Eastern Conference Finals, I believe, against my Boston Celtics, who have made the Eastern Conference Finals for the third year in a row. This is just my reactions to games 1 and 2. All I can say is, so far, this team is on a roll. We lead the series 2-0, winning games 1 and 2 in Boston. Just want to share my thoughts on it. Game one was, oh my god, was mind blowing. It was only the Celtics' second clutch time game, so most of the games that we played, we completely blown out our opponents. But in game one, both teams went flying. Game one was the closest basketball game I've ever seen. Like I said, it's the Celtics' only second time in clutch time. Meaning it was a really close game. I actually thought the Celtics were going to lose this game, but then for the first time, the Celtics are going to overtime in the playoff game. First time so far, this is in the playoffs. Celtics are going to overtime, and then the Celtics survive in overtime. 133 to 128. We take the series. We take the game one. Excuse me. Sorry. We take game one, 133 to 128. In overtime. My initial reactions. Holy shit. Jason Tatum went off. Jaylen Brown. Holy shit, man. We were down 114 to 117 with only 8 seconds left. And would you know, Jaylen Brown was an unbelievable shot to tie the game at 117 with a few seconds left in regulation. It was the corner, so it was a far corner, and I'm like, how did he make that shot? And Jaylen Brown was got the defense put on him pretty well too. And what you know, in overtime, it was an unbelievable overtime. We had a little bit of struggling. Pacers got a 3-pointer shot to start off overtime. Jason Tatum finishing off. That's just that. Jason Tatum was a beast with 36 points. Jaylen Brown was 26. Al Horford with 15. Drew Holiday with 28. Derek White with 15. Peyton Pritchard with 8. Luke Cornett with 8. And Sam Hazer. Luke Cornett had 5. Sam Hazer had none. Which is fine because Jason Tatum went off in game one. But game one was an absolute amazing basketball game. It was unbelievable. But before I mention that, I want to talk about Chris Porzingis. Obviously, I thought he was gonna be back for game one, but it is announced that he won't be back until Game 4, so that was shocking. But the Pacers, man, this is a great Pacers team. Respect to them. Obviously, they shouldn't be taken lightly. Look, we heard people saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a walk in the ballpark," but this is a Pacers team that just beat the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks, they had 2 of their best players who were injured during the regular season, and then they came back and just changed the season all over again. The Pacers are the number 5th seed, and they upsetted a 2 seed. But talking about the Pacers, they have weapons. They're capable of winning. We have to see if the Celtics can hold on in Game 3 and 4. Pascal Siakam, obviously we know him from the Raptors, from the playoff for a couple years ago. Pascal Siakam had 24 points. Aaron Nesmith had 14. Miles Turner had 23. Tyrese Haliburton, who got injured in Game 2. I just want to talk about that real quick. Tyrese Haliburton had 25. Andrew Newbernhardt had 12. DJ McGano had 13, and Obi Topping had 15. Like they said, we have plenty of they had plenty of weapons, man, and Siakam, man, and I know my friend Canadian Yorker is a Raptors fan. He knows Siakam really well because he used to be on the Raptors. But this was just a unbelievable basketball game. It was, like I said, it's the Celtics' only second clutch win in the playoff, meaning that for the second time this was only the only close game in a one. The rest of the game we just blew our opponents. Just talking about the stats, man. Field goals in this game one. 47 for 99. They were 53 and 99. Field goal percentage, we were 47.5% in field goals. They were 53.4. The three-pointers weren't that bad. 15 out of 45 attempts. They were 13 out of 35. They were 37.1%. We were 33.3. So not the best three-point for shooting, really. Free throws. We went to the free throw a lot. We went to the free throws 30. We were 24 out of the 33 attempts. We were 80% from the free throw line. They were 90% because they only went there 10 times. 9 out of the 10. They missed one. So. Total rebounds, it was even. They had 44, we had 43. They had 38 assists, we had 30. We had 5 block shots, they had 4. We had 11 steals, they had 8 steals. The turnovers, man, the Pacers had a lot of turnovers in this game. Obviously, 21 to 14. 21 turnovers for the Pacers. We had 14. Points in the paint. 58 points in the paint for the Celtics. 56 for the Pacers. They had 23 personal fouls. We had 15. So I just want to mention for this game one is that great. Jason Tatum have a fantastic game. There were some times that we kind of struggled in this game a little bit, but just want to talk about the Pacers, man. What their thought process is this. So they were up by 3 with I think only 8 seconds left. They could have forced a foul. They could have forced a foul, and then if you force a foul, you could have won the game. We were down 3. Jaylen Brown had that unbelievable corner 3 to bring us to overtime, and obviously Jason Tatum with a clutch 3, and then a pass to Derek White who lays it in. Obviously. But anyways, the Celtics win game 1, and I'm like, okay, it's the same thing. But going into game 2, if you guys don't know, the Boston Celtics have not yet to won a game 2 in the playoff. First round, we lost game 2 to the Heat. Second round, we lost game 2 to Cleveland. Is history going to repeat itself? Game 2 was last night. No sir, this was a complete domination. Well, it was close, to the start of or to the mid of the first period. There was at one point the Pacers did not score for 20 minutes. Score was tied at 27-27. That's when the Celtics went on a run. And then, we got to halftime. We were up 57-51. And then, they kind of came back. And I'm like, Jesus, man, we're going to choke this. This is what the team does. This is what the Celtics team does. They seem to choke away, leads, but they came through, obviously. And I gotta say, game 2, man, the game ball goes to Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown with a career high 40 points in this game 2. Jaylen Brown is an absolute beast. Unbelievable game from Jaylen Brown. Looking at the Celtics, like I said, Jaylen Brown had 40 points, and I gotta say this. Look, Jason Tatum played horrible. I wouldn't say horrible, but let's say this. Jason Tatum didn't have a good game, but yet he showed life. He had some great shots, but still, overall, stat-wise, he didn't play well. 23 points, despite 23 points, 42 minutes on the floor, he didn't play well. That's where you have Jaylen Brown step up with 40 points, man. Al Horford, not the best game. Like I said, props to Al Horford. I love him. He had a hell of a game in that. I think it was a game 5 against Cleveland or something. He had 6 points in this game. Drew Holiday had 15. Derek White played a decent game with 23. Jason Tatum struggled. He didn't play the best game, but he had some nice shots, obviously. And There's a guy. I mean, at this point, my question is why the Pacers gave up that quick. You guys were down by 13 points, right? And your head coach, man, why did your head coach clear your bench? Why did your coach clear your starters? You still could have come back. I mean, I understand, but down 13, that's just nothing, man. I mean, we've seen teams come back that much, and yet this Pacers head coach just like completely put his entire bench out there. And it's like, I give up. And that's just that. Looking at the Pacers, Pascal Siakam had 28 points. That's their star player, and he was a hell of a player when he was on Toronto as well. Aaron Nesmith, I think he's a former Celtics. The name sounds familiar. He had 9 points. Miles Turner had 8. Tyrese Halliburton got hurt. There's haters out there saying that we only won because just one player got hurt, like ridiculous. Andrew Newhart had 16. Ben Shepard had 7. Opie Topping had 11. Isaiah Jackson had 3. DJ McGano had 9, and Doug McDermott had 2. At this point, they put their bench players. Excuse me. At this point, they put their bench players. But this was a unbelievable game. Towards the end, there was a scuffle. I don't know what happened. Jason Tatum, like I said, not the best game he played. I expect him to step up in Game 3 and 4. Game 3 and Game 4 are in Indiana, by the way, so I will have a recap after every 2 games, whatever. But talking about the stats of Game 2, field goals, we were 47 out of 88. They were 44 out of 84. We had a 53.4% field goals. They had 52.4. 3-pointers, not bad 3-pointer. Jaylen Brownman went ham. We made 15 threes. They had made 11 out of 29. We made 15 out of 37. We were 40.4. We were 40.5% from the 3-point line, and then they were 37.9%. Free throws, it was even. We were 17 out of 20, 85% at the free throw line. They were 68.8% at the free throw line. They were 11-16. Total rebounds, we had 40, they had 37. We had 28 assists, they had 23. The blocks were even at 2 apiece. We had 9 steals, they had 4. The turnovers, man, look, the turnovers. Jason Tatum at one point, like I said, he didn't play his best game. He had a turnover. He kind of had butterfingers, couldn't handle one of the basketball, couldn't handle the ball. They had 16 turnovers. We had 10. We killed the Pacers in the points in the paint. We had 54 points in the paint. They had 34. Look, we just played as much better as we have. They had 23 fouls. We had 16. The Celtics take a 2-0 series lead. This is great, and like I said, the Celtics have not won a game 2 until last night. I don't know why, but look, people are going to be like, "Oh, the Celtics are sweeping the Pacers. Oh, just because this team's 2-0. Oh, look, I'm not that type of person. It doesn't matter, honestly, if a team's up 2-0. That team that's down 2-0 can literally come back. For my Celtics, we played the Bulls in 2017. We were the 1 seed facing the number 8 Chicago Bulls. We were down 2-0 in the series, and we won the last 4. We won the next 4 games. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're down 2-0. Look at the Pacers. I believe the Knicks were up 2-0 on them, and look what happens. They won both home games. The Pacers were down 2-0. They won 2 home games against the Knicks. Anything can happen, guys. I'm not that fan that just like, we're up 1-0. Oh, we're up 2-0. The series is over. The series is over when the series is over, and that's when you get to 4 wins, man. Still, we're up 3-0, and the series could be wrapped up, but you never know. But despite that, there has never been a team in the NBA that came down 3-1. Like, there has never been an NBA team in history has ever came down back from a 3-1 deficit or 3-0 deficit. So, if you're up 3-0 in the NBA, it's, you could get confident. Unlike my Bruins who choked the lead last season and then they lost to the Panthers again. Um, but on this Celtics team, man, look, I can't stress enough. Has to be a year. I've been waiting for so long for this team to win a chip. I've been waiting for so long for this team to win a championship. Jason Tatum deserves a ring and deserves to get MVP. I mean, like I said, in this game too, Jason Tatum didn't play the best basketball game, but it was decent. He made some plays. But, you know, I just want him. I just want this team to win a championship. And how would you do it? This season is your chance. How many times? How many chances do you think you will have in the future if you fail? This is your time, man. This is your shot. This is your only chance to finally win an NBA's championship in like so long. 2008, I was unbelievably celebrating. I was celebrating 2008 when we beat the Lakers to win the 2008 NBA championship. That was the last time we won. So it's been a while. What a series so far. It's like, look, game one, there's gonna be haters saying that we cheated, whatever. It's like Jaylen Brown's that good, forcing overtime. It was it was a hell of a basketball game in this game one. Down three, Jaylen Brown with the clutch three, going to overtime. We end up winning in overtime to take a 1-0 series lead. And then, look, this game two, I mean, it was close. The Pacers stormed back. We were up by a bunch. They kept coming back. They're a great team. The Pacers are a great team. Do not count them out. They came out flying, but we made our shots. Jaylen Brown went ham with 40 points. And at this point, we kind of stormed away with the win. It was close. The Pacers kept it close in most of these games 1 and 2 against us. And, game 2, we were there, and then they came back. I think they cut the deficit to like 3 points or 2. They were down by like 15. It's insane. This team is they're a great basketball team, and I have respect for the Pacers. I mean, the fact that this is their first Eastern Conference Finals in so long, I don't even know, man. But anyways, does Boston Celtics take a 2-0 series lead as we shift to Indiana for Game 3 and 4? Game 3 is, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, Saturday, 8 o'clock p.m., I believe. Yep, and then we just have to see. We just got to win one more game, and we're good. I mean, the Pacers, we never know. They can win both home games to tie the series at 2. They're more than capable of doing it, so obviously. But anyways, not going to talk too much about the Celtics. Just want to share my thoughts and the stats games 1 and 2. My name is Bruce Dave. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Comment your favorite NBA team in the comment section. And I'll see you guys later. Go Celtics. We'll see if this team can win at least one away game. At least one away game we need to win. We're good. But anyway, see you guys later. See you guys in the next recap.